Hola, it's Labor Day weekend 2019, and we just bought this here Camp Chef electric smoker, and we're going to test it out. We just watched this video on YouTube, now we're going to give it a shot ourselves. Went to Costco this morning, picked up our brisket. First step, trim the fat to a quarter inch thick. Next step is to apply our dry rub mixture of black pepper, salt, and Montreal steak seasoning. Before applying the dry rub, rub down the brisket with olive oil
as a binding agent.
And we've just added our dry rub. And the meat's on the smoker. It's going to be on there for 1 hour at 300 degrees. And while the brisket's cooking, might as well enjoy some music. Better stay hydrated so that you don't faint from the heat. One hour down. Now we're gonna start on hour number 2 of smoking our brisket. The lid opens. Oh, that's looking yummy. So now what we're gonna do for the next hour is we're going to spritz the brisket with a mixture of beef broth and brown sugar. 1 can of beef broth and then a tablespoon of brown sugar. We're gonna do it every 15 minutes for the next hour. And we've cooked the meat now for 2 hours. 2 hours and 30 minutes roughly. We pulled it out. We're spritzing it one last time. We're gonna cover it and throw it back in the Camp Chef smoker for 2 hours. Having fun, Gary?
Yep.
Excellent. You are becoming the master smoker. And there's the brisket all wrapped up in the foil pan, and it's gonna sit in there for 2 hours. Look at all those fat drippings, Gare. You gonna put that on your corn? And now after cooking the meat on the Camp Chef smoker for about 4.5 hours maybe?
Total 4.5 hours.
For about 4.5 hours, we took it out and unpackaged it, and now we're gonna transfer it to some aluminum foil. Take it away, Smoker Gary. This is a 17-pound brisket. The video we watched by Ken Click, I think he had used like roughly 12 or 13 pounder. So this one's a little bit larger. That's why our cooking time was about 4.5 hours, whereas Ken only did it for 4. Either way, that's a very short period of time compared to how people usually smoke meats. And now that Gary has wrapped up the meat in foil,
swallowed his food.
We're going to transfer the meat, which is wrapped in foil, to a cooler. And there's no ice in the cooler. We're just simply transferring it to the cooler so that the flavor stays locked in to the meat as it is cooling.
So hot.
And the final step on this, or the final process of this step, is to cover the meat with a towel and hope that it doesn't get soggy. Perfect. We will leave it in that cooler for a minimum of 2 hours, but we won't leave it in the cooler more than 4 hours. And it's been about 2.5 hours that the brisket has been inside the cooler. We pulled it out. We're gonna unwrap it, and Gary, aka master of the smoker, is gonna slice it up.
Oh, and we can first recycle the aluminum foil.
No, I am now.
And now Gary is starting to cut the brisket.
First I did was, he made such a mess after he cooked the broccoli, there's the grease all over it. It's already done.
Wow, Gary, that looks really tender.
So I splashed it on my head and then I cut
See? Oh.
Oh, is it breaking apart easily?
Yes. See how that broke apart?
Okay. Try a piece, Gary.
What's the green ribbon for?
Oh.
It's extremely hot, but Gary's gonna go ahead and try a piece. How's it?
Oh my God. It's so tender and so soft. Here.
Is it on par with MZ Kettle?
I think better.
Wow.
Here, Courtney, you have to blow it though. Just blow it.
Okay, don't.
All right, Marie, let's hear it.
Oh, it's delicious.
That the best brisket you ever had?
Yeah, the only, best and only. Not
Is that the smoked crust, Gary?
Yes, it is. You can see it right here. There's the smoked crust right along here. See?
What do you mean? The smoke hits it?
Yeah.
You tried it yet, Kevin?
Yes.
I like the one with the
Five-star
fat.
restaurant.
It's nice and tender.
Yummy.
Fat is
There goes
very
Lano.
tender.
You like it, Lano?
Put it in fresh stuff.
I'll get you a...
And just wanted to send a shout out to Ken Click. His video is the one that we used to make the brisket in the first place, and then also a shout out to Gary. He has risen to the level of master of the smoker. Thanks, Gare.